I was seeing like down at Beyond, there we could tweak this programming, and we could take a person that's been there before, me or any of our other facilitators, and say, all right, you've got like a big brother, big sister, very akin to a team. It's
Mm-hmm.
a similar dynamic.
Yep.
And you put 5 to 10 people with a person with experience who's been there before, who's gone downrange before. And then they're going to tell you what to do. And in fact, like you don't feel like doing this workshop. A little more kinder and gentler than Ranger School. But let's do it. Like, how about we do it?
Uh-huh.
And sometimes people need a kick in the ass. Sometimes it can't just all be love and compassion. Like, and that's even more so in our veteran community. That you need to say, hey man, time to do the work. Like, get your head out of your butt and it's time to do the work. Some people need that. I'm a person. So what we did was we took, I believe that Beond, and I am biased, that Beond is the best Ibogaine treatment center in the world. And then we took, there's other veteran groups that have come before us, and very grateful for the work that they've done to one, break the stigma in the community and to create a place for a veterans program. And what we tried to do is take the learnings from these veterans groups. We tried to take this gold standard and like say, how do we curate it? So we have an 8-day program. We have an 8-day on-site program, but we do 4 weeks of preparation. So we do more preparation than Beond does the civilian program, and we do it in a cohort base. So you're now finding things that you were missing when you got out of the military. Teamwork and structure are two of the primary things. So we give people teamwork and structure and leadership. So you have homework assignments. You have a workshop once a week. You have your coaching appointments. You have work you have to do to prep to go down. And if you don't do the work, we say don't show up. And then when you're down there, you have 8 days with a group. So like you notice the difference when I went to Beond as an individual, I showed up and everyone was a stranger. And with our veteran cohorts and spouses cohorts, when people get there, they're hugging. They've known each other for 4 weeks. Dude, you've got guys talking about their childhood sexual assault through a writing exercise to 4 strangers who they've never known, but they're committed to doing this. And they're talking about whether it's war traumas, childhood traumas, alcoholism, or other addictions. And they're opening up about this. You have spouses who are opening up about how much they hate their husbands because of what they've gone through and how much resentment they have that they can't show. And they're strangers who have never met in person. And then you get them together. Like, that is an incredible team to go do a hard thing. Who are you most bonded with? The people that you did hard shit with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a different type of hard thing. And it's, instead of physical or mental, this is emotional. And so you go through this experience as a team. You have a team that you're going through, and you have a team lead who you can trust. And so you go through this experience, you have this life-changing experience, which is more than just the medicine. Sunrise meditation. It's the sound healing at night, floating in the pool. Like, it's an entire coordinated, architected, intentional exercise. And then instead of just throwing you to the wolves when you get home, we do 4 weeks of integration. So it's the same homework led by a facilitator. You have one-on-one professional coaching, and it's a 9-week program that the design of it is, and there are different therapies that have different modalities. I use ketamine as an example because the typical way that ketamine is administered is almost like talk therapy, where you go back every week or you go back every 2 weeks and you keep working. What we tried to do is say, okay, some people may be called to sit with this medicine, but you don't have to. Like, let's give people the tools to make this sticky, and that you don't have to go back to Mexico every year to feel better. Like, let's give people the tools and the awareness to what makes them feel better. So the biggest outcome of our program is in our integration. We go through exercises of like, what brings me joy and what brings me ick, like being able to identify things that bring me joy. We go through an exercise of like, what are our key dimensions? Now that we have this awareness, now that we have this learning from medicine, and our biggest thing is what are our needs? Like, I was a 37-year-old man who I had no idea what my needs were. I thought my needs were shelter, security, food. And in reality, I'm trying to ask my wife to meet unmet needs of my childhood, of like unmet needs of my mother, unmet needs of society, community growing up. And I'm trying to ask my wife to meet these unmet needs. What the hell is that? Like, I am responsible for my own needs. I know my needs, I meet my needs. If I'm not feeling well, I should probably check in with that is taken into our veterans program. So when people leave this, they have the opportunity, not, it's all up to how hard they want to do the work, but to leave this with unity, family that you've gone through something hard with, a support network, and an identification of your needs as a person so that when you eventually, inevitably take that spiritual relapse and you're burned out from work, stress, kids, and all of the things that life throws at you, wait a minute, I have the tool. I'm not going to drink, not going to use, not going to implode. I'm going to use the tools that I learned from this program. And also, I don't need to go back. I don't need to be rescued. Magic pill. I am the medicine. I have the tools. That's the outcome.